All right, let's talk about career planning. For a lot of college freshmen, that sounds like something you put off till senior year, right? But what if I told you it's actually the best tool you have to make your entire college experience more focused, more fun, and way, way less stressful? That's what we're going to break down right now. So, does this question hit home? Yeah, if you're feeling this, you are so not alone. College just throws everything at you at once: new classes, new clubs, a ton of majors, and that one giant question: so, what's next? It is totally normal to feel a little lost in all that noise. But the good news? We can take all that confusion and turn it into real clarity. And this is how we're going to do it. We've broken it down into a really simple three-part journey. First, we're going to look inward to figure out who you are. Then, we'll look outward to see what's actually possible. And finally, we'll put it all together and build your personal roadmap to success. So let's kick things off with phase one: know yourself. Look, before you can possibly pick the right path forward, you've got to understand where you're starting from. Seriously, this part is the foundation for pretty much every big decision you're going to make over the next 4 years. The absolute best place to begin is with what genuinely fascinates you. Just for a second, forget what you think you should be interested in. What's the stuff that makes you lose track of time? You know, the topics you find yourself reading about or watching videos on just for the fun of it? That natural curiosity? That's your first big clue. But how do you get from, say, a passion for writing to an actual job? Well, this is where tools like online aptitude tests can be super helpful. These aren't about getting a score. They're about spotting patterns. They can help you translate that interest in writing into a potential career like journalism, or a love for tech in something like cybersecurity. Think of them as a bridge between what you love and what you could get paid to do. Okay, next up, you gotta be real with yourself. What are your strengths? The stuff that just comes easy to you. Are you a great communicator? A logical problem solver? Picking a career that uses those natural strengths means you're much more likely to crush it and actually enjoy your work. And being honest about weaknesses, that's not a negative thing at all. It just points you to the areas where you can focus on growing while you're in college. All right, so you've got a much better handle on yourself. Now it's time for phase two: explore your future. This is where we take all that stuff we just figured out about you and see how it actually fits into the real world of work. When you're researching careers, you've got to go deeper than just a quick search for job titles. Dive into industry blogs, find professional groups online, and here's the most important part: talk to actual people. Ask them what their day is really like. And here's a pro tip: don't just ask about their cool job now. Ask about their very first job out of college. You need to see the whole staircase, not just the fancy top floor. And maybe the best way to see that staircase up close is through job shadowing. It's your chance to just be a fly on the wall for a day. It's a super low-pressure way to get a reality check and see if the day-to-day grind is as cool as you thought it would be. Now, whether it's shadowing for a day or a full-on internship, these experiences give you two game-changing advantages. First, you get actual, real-world skills to put on your resume. But just as important, you start building connections. Every single person you meet is a potential mentor or maybe even a future coworker. You're not just learning a job, you're building your professional network from day one. And hey, don't forget about the absolute goldmine of resources that's sitting right there on your own campus. I mean, your tuition is already paying for career counselors, job fairs, and networking events. These people literally want to help you succeed. A career fair might seem kind of intimidating, but just remember, all those recruiters are there for one reason: to find talented people just like you. So go use them. Okay, you've done the deep dive on yourself and you've explored what's out there. So now we get to the final phase: build your roadmap. This is where it all comes together in a smart, strategic, but also flexible plan. And look, building this plan doesn't have to be some huge, scary project. It really just boils down to three simple things. First, outline your big picture goal. What's the dream? Second, list the actual concrete steps to get there, like taking a certain class or landing a specific internship. And finally, put it on a rough timeline. That's it. That's your roadmap. And this right here, this is maybe the most important mindset to have. Your career plan is a guide. It is not a contract written in stone. Seriously, think of it like a GPS. It gives you a clear route to a destination, but you can always change that destination if you discover a cooler one along the way. The point is to have a direction, not to be locked in for life. So, how do you actually use this roadmap every day? Let it be your filter. When you're picking classes for next semester or trying to decide which club to join, just pull out your plan and ask a simple question. Does this get me one step closer to my goal? It's the secret to making really purposeful choices instead of just kind of drifting through college.
And that brings us to the end. You've got the whole framework now. You know how to start with you, how to explore the world, and how to create a plan that works. So, really, the only question left is the one right there on the screen. What's your first step going to be?